Reuters made a special report on July 14, 2023 by two of their writers, Sabrina Valle and Graham Slattery, on Azruddin Mohammed. In this report, 5 unnamed individuals were reported to have knowledge on an ongoing investigation by several United States government agencies, including the FBI, linking Azruddin Mohammed to suspicions of smuggling Colombian cocaine and illegally mined Venezuelan gold to the United States, Europe, and the Middle East. Approximately 1 year after this report by Reuters, Nizar Mohammed, Azruddin Mohammed, along with May Thomas, were sanctioned by United States Department of Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, on June 11, 2024, citing tax evasion and bribing custom officials. Nothing in the sanction report mentioned cocaine, drugs, Venezuela, or President Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela. The 5 nameless individuals were the ones who claimed this while working with the 2 writers from Reuters about the alleged ongoing investigation against the Mohammeds. As early as December 2024, the PPP has been paying $50,000 a month to a U.S. lobbying firm, Continental Strategy, to provide lobbying services and government relations services. On June 25, 2025, John Barca, from the hired firm Continental Strategy, speaks to and sends email to Roberto Lugones, who works as communications director for Carlos Jimenez, a U.S. congressman. This is where it gets interesting. John Barca specifically states in the email, "This material is distributed by John Barca on behalf of the government of Guyana." The main focal point of the email was the evidence of the sanction against Azruddin Mohammed. To date, there has never been any known link between Azruddin Mohammed and President Maduro of Venezuela. The email had a list of 5 pre-written tweets for the congressman to select one of the 5 to post on behalf of the lobbying firm representative John Barca, who, as he stated in the email, was representing the interests of the current government of Guyana. 4 of the 5 draft tweets linked Azruddin Mohammed to Nicolas Maduro. 5 days later, on June 30, 2025, Congressman Jimenez would make a post on Twitter or X about Azruddin Mohammed for his 62,000 followers to see. This would be the first public link to the now presidential candidate, Azruddin Mohammed, to Maduro, claiming, "In the U.S. Congress, we are alarmed by the regime in Venezuela's attempt to undermine Guyana through its pro-Maduro puppet candidate Azruddin Mohammed, who is sanctioned by OFAC. The Western Hemisphere must remain a stronghold of freedom, not a breeding ground for communist dictatorships." The irony is that this clearly shows Congressman Jimenez as a puppet. And in the congressman's defense, despite receiving the email with the 5 draft tweets, Mr. Jimenez's actual tweet was not an exact copy of any of the 5 tweets. He made a new tweet on his own, using the 5 as foundation. How original. President Irfan Ali was then questioned on the matter.
A lobbying firm hired by the government, Continental Strategy, has been, in a sense, being used to target your political opponents.
I don't understand. You're saying a lobbying firm being hired. The government has hired no lobbying firm to target anyone. So the premise of your question is wrong.
Okay.
You need to go and come again.
Okay, sir.
You need to go and come again and come with facts.
So,
don't come with your make-up stories.
No, sir. It's all
let me speak. Don't come with your make-up stories for your own political narrative that your news agency is geared towards.
He shifts the story. Now Mohammed isn't a Maduro puppet. He's a threat because of U.S. sanctions.
Our national security and the greatest threat is that of Venezuela. Is Azruddin Mohammed a threat to the defense of this border against Venezuela? Yes, because our key ally has identified him to the extent that he is sanctioned by them.
This is tyrant-like behavior. When one lie breaks, they build another. We must be brave enough to face the risk of a debate. Yes, it could be messy. Yes, there may be anger. But without it, the silence will drown us. I'm not for or against any candidate for office in Guyana, but as a pastor, I'm strongly in support of a democracy and democratic principles such as a presidential debate. None of us are perfect. A debate affords us to choose the best among the available candidates that would support our individual and collective interests. Let Guyana hear the truth in public, face to face. Without strong democratic principles in place, such as a public debate, alleged liars and alleged tax evaders can slip through to the presidency. This needs to stop. The Guyanese public deserves a fair, unbiased presidential debate where all political candidates should plead their case for each and every Guyanese to consider voting for them.